It is December 2025, and I'm going to do something that's probably not typical of the first week in December, and that is I'm going to go all in on my weight loss journey. After lockdown, like end of 2021, like the burnout, I was still recovering from it. I think there was a lot of other factors, hormones, stress, life, lockdown, whatever, that contributed to it. But I put on so much weight. As any decent coach will tell you, weight loss, weight gain, managing your weight is not as simple as calories in, calories out. It's not just eat less, move more. Technically, that's the science behind it, but in real humans, that's not how it works. We've got too many other factors that affect how we feel, that affect our lives. So if you are, like me, on a weight loss journey and someone's telling you to just eat less, move more, tell them to shut their face, because it's just not that simple. Now, I'm going to say something here that a lot of coaches are not going to like and they're going to disagree with. But your training, your nutrition, your workouts, all of this stuff does not have to be just for health. I would absolutely encourage everyone to make a massive part of it about your health, about looking after your long-term health. That is so vital, especially for women over 35. Strength training, you know the drill. I've went on about it lots. One of the things that I know a lot of coaches are going to disagree with is the fact that training, nutrition, all that can also be about looks. It can be about the aesthetics. And in my opinion, as a coach, I think having a balance of those both, doing things for the mental clarity, the mental health benefits, the feeling good, the energizing yourself, the looking after your health, the getting stronger, making your bones stronger, building muscle, all of that combined, if you want to have a goal that is about how you look, that is perfectly valid. I seen a thing the other day on Instagram and it said, work out for sanity, not vanity. And I'm like, hold on a minute. What's wrong with working out for vanity? I would encourage you to make that not your only goal. Obviously, include health goals in there, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with working out for what you look like. There's a lot of reasons I work out. Health is my number one, right? It's my number one. I want my bones to be strong. I want to have muscles for the health benefits as well as what muscles look like. But I also work out for what I look like. And do you know what? I'm going to be dead honest here, probably because this is on YouTube and not on Instagram. But I'm going to be dead honest in that I am not delighted with my current appearance. Am I much happier with it than I was 21 pounds ago? Because that's what I lost from my heaviest weight is 21 pounds. Yes, I am dramatically happier with it. And I've lost a wee bit of weight this year, but what I have done this year is I have nailed my training. I feel absolutely, in terms of training, I feel absolutely on top of the world. I feel amazing, and I've got like big fitnessy goals for next year as well. So am I happy with what I have done in 2025 to put myself in a better position health-wise, happiness-wise, mental clarity-wise, training, nutrition-wise? Yes, absolutely. I have made my nutrition habits better. I have made my training dramatically better. But am I happy with where I'm at? No, I'm not. And I do not think there's anything wrong with training for how you look as well as training for looking after your health. And right now, I'm not happy with the aesthetic. And do you know what? I want to feel good, I want to move well, and I want to look good. And that is a perfectly valid goal. I'm not waiting to January because it's another 4 weeks to the start of January. I could be 4 weeks further down that road. So I am going to dial in my nutrition, be much better with managing my calories. I always get my fibre and my protein in anyway because I'm a bit obsessed with getting my fibre in for health reasons. Do I always manage my calories? No, not really. I kind of live in basically maintenance calories because I've lost a wee bit this year. Not much, so we'll just call it even. So I've maintained this whole year. So I'm basically eating at maintenance. So I don't actually have that much work to do to take it into a deficit because I've not gained anything this year. But I want to feel better. I want to look better. And I think training for both sanity and vanity and your health, that doesn't rhyme, but I think training for a whole bunch of different reasons is okay. And I, as a coach, don't believe that training for aesthetics, that what you look like, training to change your appearance, I do not think there's anything wrong with that. Now, if you do, you're absolutely entitled to your opinion as well. When I talk to people about rich life, I'm not just talking about one thing. I'm not just talking about their home life. I'm not just talking about their job. I'm not just talking about their business. I'm not just talking about their fitness. I am talking about every aspect of their life coming together as a whole, all of these things combined to create their rich life. Training, fitness, nutrition, it's the same thing. You do not only have to have one single goal and one single reason for training. You can train for health just as much as you can train for how you look. And that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start dialing it right in, because I've done so much work on like my habits, my mindset, why I eat the way I eat, when do I overeat, why do I overeat. I've done a lot of work on myself this year, looking at my habits, my beliefs, all of this kind of thing, building in new habits. And I mean, the training is a solid habit now. I've been back at the gym, I don't even know, 6 months maybe now, 2 or 3 times every week. Training at home, Pilates, all this. My training routine is solid. I worked on that habit first. So now I'm going to dial in. It's really just the calories I need to change, because I've built the fibre habit, I've built the protein habit, and I've done this all bit by bit. So now I'm going to dial right in on this weight loss goal for the next couple of months, because I want to look and feel badass. I've just been for a coffee mate date. I always say coffee date. I don't even drink coffee, I drink tea, but going for a tea date doesn't sound the same, does it? With 2 of my pals. And Saturday, the place was busy. They were getting like hot chocolates. I got a tea because I'm boring that way. And I was like, well, I got a scone. And I was like, well, and then I was like, no, I'm not going to get a scone, because I'm trying to be much more considered and much more mindful with my calories. Now, here's how I manage things like social occasions and eating out when I'm trying to stay in a calorie deficit. I think about what is the point of the social occasion. So if we were going to a really fancy restaurant, we're eating somewhere that we'd been dying to eat the food in for ages, I would not really consider the calories, because the whole point of the social occasion would be the food. It'd be to enjoy the food. The value in it, as well as the social aspect, would be the food. But today, the value in meeting up with my pals was catching up with 2 of my pals that I hadn't seen for ages. And it was having a laugh and having some chat, finding out what's happening with everybody and just connecting. It kind of didn't matter what was in front of us. And actually, do you know what? It took them quite a long time to come and serve us. See that 20 minutes we sat there waiting for them to come and take our order was just as good as the 45 minutes that we sat with the tea in front of us. So what we consumed, tea, coffee, cake, scone wise, did not change how good it was to meet up and see my pals. When it comes to managing your calories and when it comes to fat loss, you don't have to be restricted, but you do have to make some decisions that you say no to. You cannot say yes to absolutely everything. To be fair, that actually applies to everything in life. You can't say yes to absolutely everything. I say this to coaches quite a lot when we're talking about their businesses, that every time you say yes to something, it is a no to something else. And actually, it's quite true for calories as well. You cannot say yes to everything and still expect to get the results you want. So, did it feel like a sacrifice today? No, I actually just felt like being mindful of what was the day about and what was the point of the day, and getting the most out of the day for what it was intended for. If we'd have went to some sort of amazing, I was going to say scone factory, but if we went to some sort of amazing bakery that everybody was raving about and the scones were apparently amazing, of course I would have got a scone in that case. But that wasn't what today was about. It was about connection with my pals, and I did not miss out on any of that because I didn't have the scone and stayed in my calorie deficit for the day. I've just filmed some classes for our app. They were all 5 and 10 minutes. I did like a 5-minute Pilates, I did a 10-minute upper body strength. And I'm like, oh, I feel I've had a really good workout. And I think sometimes we all get in our own heads and be like, do you know what, if I can't do 30 minutes, if I can't do 45 minutes, what's the point? There's always a point. Even 5 minutes of movement is going to make such a difference to your day. And all those 5 minutes add up. Note to self, even 5 minutes makes a difference. All movement makes a difference. And it just makes your day better. So if you're thinking, oh, do you know what, if I can't do 30 minutes, if I can't do 45, there's not any point. Yes, there is. A wee bit of something is always better than a whole lot of nothing. These are the bits that we buy pretty much every week. Ryvitas, I use these to dip into soup rather than bread because they're a wee bit lower in calories, and you also get for 4 of these like 6 grams of fibre, and Ryvitas are just nice, crunchy, top tier. Diluting juice, because do you know what? I just don't like drinking plain water. So diluting juice it is. Your peas, kidney beans and red lentils. These are all good for bumping up both your fibre and your protein. Ross makes amazing lentil soup with this, and he makes a really nice chilli with these. Peas are self-explanatory, and beans are just absolutely amazing. These wee cheeses from Aldi, if you have not tried these wee cheeses yet, oh, so good. They're a wee bit higher in calories than Babybel Light. Flipperdoon. Honestly, so good. You can fling them in your bag, take them with you, cut them up, put them on a Ryvita, tuna. I'm actually going to have baked potatoes with tuna for my dinner tonight. 0% fat Greek yogurt. This is something to watch when you're buying it. Oh God, I need to put that out. That's out of date. Well, Greek yogurt, not Greek style yogurt, because Greek style yogurt is much lower in protein. You want Greek yogurt. And the absolute goat of things to put on a sandwich or just protein sources, turkey rashers. They are 29 calories per slice, but they are absolutely full of protein and super delicious. It's been a week since I was like, right, Jules, get yourself together and start being a bit more serious with these weight loss goals. And do you know what? I'm feeling pretty buzzing. So today is Sunday, and I have been in my calorie zone, because what I do with my clients is I don't set them one single figure for calorie targets, because anything under maintenance is a deficit. So we set them a zone to be in. You can be at a bit more of a push end of the zone or a bit more of a chill end of the zone. But for the last 7 days, here I'll put here how I've tracked on my app. Same with my clients track. I have been in my calorie deficit zone for 7 full days, and do you know what? I feel a hell of a lot better, and my skin is like all breaking out. I've got loads of spots, which obviously I don't love, so I'm going to also get back on the Skin in Me train and get my skin looking a bit brighter and a bit healthier and just taking care of it a bit better. I mean, who would have thought washing your face with a cheap cleanser and then bunging on Aldi moisturiser? Who would have thought that wouldn't achieve optimal results? Shocking, I know. So back on the Skin in Me train as well, and just overall take more care of not just what I feel like, not just my health, but also what I look like. Because I do think in reality, when you feel like you look good, you also feel good. It is a part of self-care, is looking after your appearance. For me anyway. If you disagree with that, that is totally fine. So it's not just about health, it's not just about recovery, it's not just about fitness. There's loads of different factors to what makes you feel good, what makes you feel your best. And for me, feeling like, yeah, I'm happy with the way I look, that is also another factor in feeling like my best, most badass, most Jules 2.0 self. So that's exactly what I'm going to do this week. Calorie deficit, staying in my zone, sleep, training, get back on the Skin in Me train, and just do things to make myself look better, feel better, move better, recover better. Just be the absolute best version of me. I hope you do something this week to make you the best version of you too. But right now, it's Sunday, so I'm going to go and lie in a bath and read my book. See you later. Love you. Bye.